My name is Mallory Smith, and I just graduated from the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. So studying with Giuseppe was really one of my favorite exercises to do. We worked with graphite on Mylar, which is something I've never been introduced to before. And by shading the graphite and taking an eraser to it, we studied light and shadow on rosettes.
Since I graduated this summer studio, I left New York and I went back to Washington, D.C. I currently work at the residential firm Jones & Bort Architects based in DuPont Circle. One of my proudest accomplishments since graduating from the summer studio was submitting my senior project for a John Russell Pope Award. I graduated from the Catholic University of America in 2018, and during my senior year, I worked on a team project which included 3 of my really talented peers and myself to work on our final design as undergraduates. In that semester, we completed a design of a new museum to be located on the National Mall, which we titled the Museum of the United States Supreme Court. And after we graduated, we decided to submit our project to a John Russell Pope Award. And we were incredibly honored to receive the student award. Our team were the first students from CUA to have ever won the award. And just to be honored alongside the region's best architects was just an unforgettable night. I've also started to serve as a committee member for the La Fonts. And I was just truly honored to be able to return to the ICA summer studio as a teaching assistant. As a student, I always saw my teachers and role models as people I aspired to be. So I take the role seriously, and I want to be just as helpful and knowledgeable as those before me. I just genuinely enjoy the leadership roles that I've been able and welcomed into by the ICAA since the summer studio. It's just a great community to be a part of. So the skill of being able to complete a measured drawing has been incredibly useful time and time again. It's a skill I rely heavily on in the field, especially when we're working on an existing house and we're doing a renovation. The beauty of a measured drawing is that it not only documents existing buildings, but it can help me understand language and scale in a way that observation quite can't fulfill for me. And I'm eternally grateful to be able to understand and be taught this skill by the ICAA before I started my full-time job at Jones & Bort Architects. As for lessons, I constantly reflect on the numerous lessons where we discuss proportion and geometry. And by studying and drawing each piece of the order, I quickly began to appreciate not only the aesthetic beauty the orders have to offer, but how the tectonics of this architecture beautifully blended together. And after rigorously studying proportion, I feel confident moving forward as a designer, no matter what architecture it may be stylistically, just because I understand proportion and scale so well.